from the last one. But this is, we're bringing this to you, and Mr. Cerna is going to talk to you a little bit about it. But this is an amendment to an existing development agreement, and it was brought forward for the sole purposes of discussing the possibility of installing and constructing a Wells Fargo ATM. You've heard this once before. You heard it for the purposes of the special exception. It went to the special magistrate for consideration as well. That was approved there, and now it's back to you. Now all those approvals have been given to consider this amendment to the development agreement that was entered into a couple of years ago in 2013. So I would ask Mr. Cerna to basically summarize the rest of the application.
All right, good evening, commissioners. I really don't have a whole lot to add to this. The development agreement that was approved in 2003 did have some specific development standards in it and a development table. This is simply for the removal of 2 parking spaces, which requires the amendment of that portion of the development agreement. Again, just that's basic. That's the basics of it. I know it's much less than the previous development agreement we looked at. We have reviewed this, and we are seeking a recommendation of approval on this amended development agreement, and I'd be glad to answer any of your questions.
Any questions from the board?
No questions here. Anybody?
Are there any plans for the retail space, the 2,500 square feet of retail space on that end of the, can you speak to that or no?
Sir? Okay, hold on a second.
Sorry, I'm getting you out of order. Sorry, Tom.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure, first of all, Mr. Cerna has already been sworn in. I need to get this man to stand up.
Oh, okay.
Did you swear under oath earlier today? No. Okay. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Okay. Can you step forward and tell us your name and who you represent, why you're here?
Okay, my name is David Yascavage. I work for Security Vault Works. I'm representing Wells Fargo as a contractor. I have seen from, I can't speak to it definitely, but I've seen there's been some change. They're planning on changing that site in another way, and I don't think that building's going in the way it was originally shown. So I'm not sure it's going in at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, I can comment to that just because
Okay.
I've spoken with the owner, the developer, is that if you remember, that parcel was originally placed a certain way, and then it was kind of modified to accommodate Slice Pizza, but they could never come to an agreement. Now that Slice is relocated over here, I think they're kind of back to square one. And so at this moment in time, and I just talked to him, I think the other day, there's no plan.
Okay, I just asked because now you're going to have an ATM right in front of that space, so I didn't know if there was a plan for it.
Okay, that was my only question. Any other questions? No? Did you have anything you wanted to present to the board?
No, not at this time. No.
Okay, all right, thank you. Well, at this time.
Any public discussion on that?
Yeah, public commentary on the ATM?
Come on, don't be shy.
Hi, my name is Kathy McClintock, and I'm right next to the project. And actually, I think it'd be a great idea. So just to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any other public commentary? Hearing none, I'll close the public commentary. We'll move to the board discussion. Motion.
I make the motion that we enter into the agreement.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Cheryl, go ahead, Tom. Oh, you flipped your mic on, so.
I'm going to talk to you about something else.
Oh, do you? Okay. Cheryl, could you please call the roll for us?
Commissioner Spidel?
Here, or yes.
That's okay.
Still here.
Commissioner Rasmussen?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Carr?
Yes.
Second Chair Noble?
Yes.
First Chair Brown?
Yes.
Chairman Everett?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, that's where I needed to jump in. There will be another public hearing on this particular matter. It's going to be before the Board of Commissioners. It's going to be on May the 10th at 6 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. We'll move on to old business, review of local planning agency planning commission rules of procedure.
Mr. Chair, thank you. And for the sake of time, and if anybody wants to get to the beer truck behind me, I think we could probably just put this on to the next agenda. The one thing that I'd like you to consider is the time that your meetings take place. Board of Commissioners meet at 6. You can see how some of these meetings are going to go late. You know, obviously, we won't have these types of developments forever, but you may want to consider moving your meeting up to get home at a more decent time. But other than that, staff doesn't have any real changes to this rules of procedure. However, and I want to take this opportunity now to introduce somebody. I did make a recent hire. We do have a new zoning and planning coordinator, and she's in the audience tonight. Off the clock on her own time is Michelle Orton, and she comes with quite an extensive resume, and we'll be sure to get that out to y'all. But we did make the hire this week, and she starts full-time as of Monday. Comes with an extensive amount of experience both locally here and throughout the state of Florida. And so we're excited to have her on staff. And, you know, when I got here, I said it was a baptism by fire, and she's no different. She got thrown
She's still here?
thrown to the wolves right away.
She's still in the room, which
Yep,
is awesome.
exactly. She didn't run off crying, and hopefully she shows up on Monday, so we'll be in good shape.
Great.
So with that, the reason why I brought that up is, Michelle, you may want to get a copy of this and go over it and see if there's any staff recommendation that you'd like to make. But again, the only thing that appears to me is that staff would like you to at least consider moving the meeting from 7 to 6 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Michelle, welcome. Look forward to working with you. Any further Planning Commission discussion? We've had enough discussion tonight? Everybody cool with their discussion? Okay. Reports, Mr. City Attorney?
Thank you for all your time
Well, thank you for
And
kind of
take-
guiding us through the process.
and inundating you constantly with emails and correspondence and so forth. So thanks for bearing with us. We're trying to make sure that the process is done in a way that will not be subject to attack. So we're being very, very careful, so.
As you should be.
Understood.
Mr. Chairman, if I can butt in too, Tom is always the most humble attorney that I've ever met. Those guys over there, Louis and Dave, I mean, it's an insane amount of work and hours. And that amended, you know, the addendum that we adopted tonight, that was literally scribbled on a cocktail napkin yesterday morning, and those guys made it happen, so it was ready for you tonight. So that's a lot of work being done over there, and they're keeping our noses clean and making sure this goes on. So a lot of thanks to those guys for a lot of long hours. And they're definitely working past 5 o'clock, I can tell you that.
No, just looking at the development agreement, I figured that out. Holy moly.
Well, that and Tom's bill, I'll have to show
Yeah,
you
there
that.
you
That's-
go.
that's kinda
We're all
crazy.
paying that one. Okay, anything from planning and zoning?
Yeah, we are starting to wean off of the paper. I mean, we still got this whole thing, and it's on the we've got it on the iPad.
Yeah, you know,
What's the plan for that?
Yeah, and C's in the back, and we can work with you on that. We have one commissioner on the board that just wants a paper packet and doesn't have an iPad. What we wanted to do, and I was in contact with the chairman, was some people were having difficulty opening it.
We figured that out.
And so I think we got that all figured out.
Right.
City did a good job, and the city just changed over from the cloud to local servers, and so we've had our own issues. So we're gonna try to stick to the electronic version, but what I didn't want as a city manager is for you guys not to have your packet before this last weekend. And so we just made sure, went old school and just got it out to you. So if you just want a paper packet and you're like me, I prefer paper instead of the screen in front of me, we'll make you one, but otherwise you're just gonna get the electronic version.
Okay, and then if we have
Excellent.
like, I'm okay with the development agreement and the written, but I like the larger drawing to
Yeah,
scale.
if you want the conceptuals, you know.
So we can do that?
the
Okay,
pretty
that's fine.
pictures.
Okay.
So until further notice, contact Cheryl McGrady. And
Okay.
she'll make sure that you get everything that you need. Again, Michelle starts on Monday, and I'm working out some sort of arrangement internally for her to have some support staff. So we'll let you know how that's structured as soon as I get that done, probably by your next meeting.
Okay.
But in the meantime, if you need anything, just contact Ms. McGrady, and she'll take care of it.
Okay. Anything else? Next meeting is, do we have a date? Have we set a date for the next meeting? I think I have one in here.
Yeah, I actually don't think I'm going to be here for that day.
You don't even know what it is yet.
Yeah, none of us are gonna be here.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Fourth Monday?
Is it
Anybody
the
got-
fourth Monday?
Is that what it is?
June 13th? Is that, that's
No,
not the
no.
4th.
You gotta go to May.
May.
Oh, I'm sorry.
May, 1, 2, 3, 4, May 23rd. Cheryl, does that sound correct?
Monday, May 23rd.
I don't believe we have a May meeting. I could be Incorrect.
I will not be in the country on May the 23rd.
Well, let's think about that. So both developments at this point are out of the hands of the Plan Commission.
Correct.
Yep.
I would strongly suggest you guys take a holiday. A, number one, that you've certainly put in your time and effort. B, we'll be.
Motion carries.
We'll be obviously updating you in terms of the litigation and the pending suit, but then, B, this kind of gives me a very good opportunity to get Michelle in and not start anything new and kind of get caught up on past gigs. So, even if we don't have a May and June meeting,
I'll take the break.
That would certainly, you certainly deserve it.
I'll take the
and
break.
I'll take the break.
That'd be
too,
awesome.
If you can give it to me and staff, and that way we can get Michelle rolling. I see Marcy over there. Marcy's got plenty to teach her or not teach her, but basically shove off on her. If you would be willing to do that, that makes my transition internally a lot easier.
It's just too big to hold it all.
Mike obviously needs some time off, so.
There you go. So
Okay.
If you don't mind, for the sake of the commission, let's plan on no meeting in May or June.
Okay, unless something comes up, you'll
unless called by the
notify us. Okay, that's fine with me.
Mr. Chair, you did say you will be out of the country in May?
May.
All right, so we'll just definitely plan on May, and let's take June off
May
unless
not
I
come
need
back.
you. Mr. Chair, I'll contact you if we need a June meeting.
Okay,
All right? Otherwise,
perfect, thank you.
Happy summer vacation.
With that, I will entertain a motion, unless there's any further discussion by any of the board members? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to close it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Aye. Motion carries, thank you. We are adjourned.
Dave? Dave,